What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's new co-main event for UFC 324, Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong, the bantamweight division, in a fight that's absolute fucking fireworks. You could call it a title eliminator match. It's pretty close to it, right? And, you have Sean, who's a big question mark in the sense of, former champion, right? At one point, the UFC was really, really pushing him. He seemed on top of the world just a couple of years ago, but after losing his belt to Marab and then losing in the rematch, you kind of see this shift in the personality of Sean. You see that he's got the money now. He seems to be happy with his family life, right? So it's like his drive to want to succeed, to be the best, to make the most money, all those things have kind of gone. He's proved that he's the best. He's made the most money, right? He's done all of those things off of his checklist. So that hunger for him, he's got to find it. He's got to reignite that fire. And a lot of the ways that he talks, it's like it seems like he's already almost done with his career. And he's already mentioned here with a loss to Song Yadong that it's probably a wrap, right? And I don't like that mindset, because going into that against a guy like Song, who is, a fucking killer, young, still hungry. I don't even really think he's reached his prime yet. Dangerous, heavy-handed. That's not the mindset you want to go into against an opponent like this. But Sean, tall, long, and lanky, elite distance control. He is a former champion for a reason. A lot of people like to say that the UFC really shoved him towards the title. They wanted him as champion, but at the end of the day, you have to perform. A lot of people thought that Peter Yan fight was a robbery. I do not. I think, yeah, you could say it could have gone either way. If they would have gave it to Peter, wouldn't have been upset. But I personally, in that fight, I scored it for Sean. I did. Say what you want. But it was like razor thin. And, at the end of the day, he had to earn that title shot. Now, the UFC kind of, manipulated Aljo into taking the fight early, but at the end of the day, Aljo took the fight. Sean finished him. He knocked him out. Sean defended his belt against a guy who beat him before. A lot of people thought that he cherry-picked the fight. Well, he wanted to get a victory over a guy who beat him. And Cheeto, say what you want about Cheeto, he's a tough son of a bitch. He's a great fighter. Just there's something going on up here with Cheeto lately in the last few years that just hasn't really quite made sense, right? But that's a whole nother conversation. But with here's Sean, right? As long as he shows up sharp, right? This is a good fight. It's a good matchup for him. Tall, long, and lanky, elite distance control. He's sharp. He's very versatile. A lot of stuff in his tool bag. He goes for the finish. Phenomenal volume. Great cardio. Good coaching, Tim Welch, right? All the intangibles in the world to do it. It's just a lot of it has to do up here with that killer instinct too, especially in fighting. So if Sean goes out there sharp and wanting to go out there and get his hand raised, ready to go to war against a guy like Song Yadong, who's going to make him earn it, right? It's not going to be an easy fight. This is a tough fight. Sean could definitely get his hand raised, because you have Song, who is a great boxer, built like a brick shithouse. Dude's got fucking tree trunks for legs, bro. Look at Song Yadong's fucking legs. The dude's fucking tree trunks for legs. Phenomenal pressure, elite boxing, marches forward, goes for the kill shot, good combinations, works the body very well, has a tendency of getting cut, heavy on his front leg, but definitely, you're in for a dirty fight when it comes against Song. And in 15 minutes, I expect him to understand that, he can kind of go out there and let it go. I expect a dogfight, and as to where Song is going to have to really go through that fire to get Sean O'Malley, to get those body shots, that's his way for success. I know that Song is heavy on his front leg, but I think that if he utilizes some leg kicks himself against Sean O'Malley, who is going to be, trying to, stay long, stay rangy, stay hopping around, moving around, if you can make him a little bit less mobile, that can, help break in that distance, cut off the cage, find those body shots to work against Sean. Whereas Sean has to stay mobile, has to, take advantage of Song being heavy on that front foot, who's a little bit less mobile to start, where Sean can even pick apart that front leg himself if he can kind of win that leg kick battle, right? And if he can just go out there and just, hit, not get hit, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee in a sense, right? Go out there and just be vintage Sean O'Malley and just use the octagon to his ability and not let Song cut off the cage and get to the body and let off those power shots. It's tough. This one for me, it's like 50-50 because I've always been big on Song Yadong. Sean should go out there and win this fight. But Song's a fucking dog, dude. He's a fucking dog. I'm picking Sean O'Malley. I think he's due a victory. He needs his victory. I'm picking Sean. A little biased. But to sit there and say that Song Yadong can't get this done, you are sleeping on this man. He's a good fucking fighter, elite fighter. 28 years old already. 22 and 8. What's not to like about this kid? What's not to like about this kid? But guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys have in this fight? Do you guys have Sean O'Malley? Do you guys have Song Yadong? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.